Hello everybody, welcome to Cyberpidam once again. I'm feeling really amazing meeting you all. So it's been Navarathiri. I hope that many of you would have gone to temple every single day. So today then I thought like okay, let's share some thoughts about Navarathiri. So I'm gonna keep it really simple. That is God in his primitive stage. As every single of my video I say that God has no form or particular name when he was in his primitive stage, but with a lot of mercy, because he saw the souls have so much of ignorance, because there was these souls and this Maya thing was actually concealing concealing the souls. So souls were developing much ignorance because this Maya is very much dark in object, so it was concealing, and the souls were getting concealed by its darkness, and the souls has became the after effect of it was the souls were getting a lot of ignorance, and basically the souls were having the side effect of being a lot of ego, behaving very egoistic things and stuff. So what happens, God sees this and he feels like the souls have this quality. If they were taught, they could be taught. So he thought like, as being a supreme being, he wanted to help. So he had a lot of mercy, and he created the world. He created many more things for us to experience and learn from something. That there is something called this Maya, and it's concealing the souls for us to understand this, right? So that was in the primitive stage. If you don't understand this part, don't worry, that's the theory philosophical part of Siddhanta Saivam, which will definitely get back in future. For now, let's put that aside. So this, just understand that in this big force, supreme being with a lot of mercy took a lot of different forms so that the soul could hold on or build relationship with the supreme being. So when he took the forms, according to Siddhanta Saivam, he took so many, like in 9 different levels. Navam Tarum Vedam, we say that the supreme being takes forms, right? That's at aside. The synopsis is we can gather 3 different levels where God takes a form, and in that, the first layer is the advanced one. We say it as Arum. It is intellectually understanding God and stuff. He doesn't have any form, totally formless supreme being energy. Alright, then we have the second level where we have semi-figure. Good example of it would be Sivalinga. Basically, it looks like a symbol. There is a round molded Banam, and then there's Audayar, but it doesn't really look like a figure, but it is a figure sort of thing. So that's Arurum. And lastly, for the commoners like us, for easy understanding, God takes several different forms. In Saivism, we say Murugar, Vinayagar, Shiva and Parvati. And more than that, we do look at the cosmos. In cosmos, we have looking at the cosmos, we can analyze 3 things are constantly happening. That is the activity production, then maintenance, and then destruction or decay. So these 3 things are constantly happening, and God manifests as Brahma to do the production, and then he manifests as Vishnu to do the maintenance or protection, and then he manifests as Uruthiran, where he does the destruction. And in Saivism, or in Tamil society, we give very high place to the females of the society. So every single thing we rate as high in value. Basically, whatever we think as asset, like water source, is very fundamental. So we name all the rivers in a female form, female names like Ganges, Yamuna, Kaveri, Saraswati. All the rivers are named after a woman, because we also believe, Tamil society also believes that woman equals to love, while Luer says that a beauty of a woman, or what defines woman, is her sight full of warmth and love and mercy. Those kind of, like, that much we Tamil society do take women so seriously when it comes to love and grace and stuff like that. So that's why even in gods we have the god and goddess. So that's how we have, because Navaratri is associated with, so Brahma's grace, Saraswati, Vishnu's grace, Lakshmi, Uruthiran's grace, Durga. So we have these three things, three grace of God, right? A good example of that, to prove that this Vishnu and Saraswati is not two gods, we can see that Siddhanta Saivam gives an example itself. It's like fire and it's heat. You can't separate them into two different entities, but they are one in object. Siddhanta Saiva philosophical book even quotes that Bindamila Ningal Piran, which means that you can't fraction God into God and Goddess. So for Navaratri, we celebrate it for 9 days, total of 10, 3 days for each goddess. So Navaratri comes with a Purana story as well. As usual, every festival has a Purana story, and there will be a villain. He would be the hero as well. If you look at Puranas in Saivism or Hinduism, right? So definitely there will be Asuran, because I just don't know. Asuran is a community, but somehow they just became to be the most evilest people, I guess. It's fine. He would have been normal, then he would have prayed to God, and then he would have got some superpowers. Then he starts destroying people and using his power, thinking that he's the best and he's the big boss. And then what happens is God will appear, or somebody will go plead God to help them out. And then what God does is he comes again and he starts destructing this evilness, this guy. But in Siddhanta Saivam we say that God enlightens this Asuran, and then this soul gets enlightened and it ends up in the place of spiritual bliss. So this is how every single Purana story goes. So this Navaratri is associated with a Asuran called Mahishan. Mahishan is a Sanskrit word. In Tamil it means buffalo head person. Asuran, okay, Asuran is a type of he's not really masculine sort of Asuran. Guys, I'm not going to translate every single word, it's going to be hard for me. But if you look at Tamil literature, guys, it's pretty unique. Every single animal, they will usually put a unique characteristics, or they will just put every single animal will show one character, specific character. So when you say buffalo, they say it is for dumbness. It's just dumb. Dumb equals to buffalo, alright? I personally think every single Purana or every Purana in this world which was in existence are for us to take some moral values. So this dumb guy, this dumbness are all in our heads, because there's no Asuran outside roaming around like that. It's us, within us. For example, guys, think about it as an individual. WhatsApp is the best example, because you know, currently now we are having all family groups, and these family groups are actually nothing but only gossips and showing off place. I pretty much feel that you can see that, guys, come on, let's gossip for a while. That is like everybody has a family group, but the family group has put in mute for a year, and nobody opens it unless you want to say how successful, or your daughter is successful, or your son is successful in something. And you can see the grudge and grumble and jealousy and hatred and everything in that family group. Someone celebrates someone's birthday, they put their picture. Definitely when you look at it, you know what, this WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram and everything, they are damn smart. It comes handy in your hand, and it's very comfy for us, because whatever we think, nobody would notice it. So I go scrolling down and I see, oh, for her face, why even she need to wear such a cloth? She don't deserve it. I deserve better. This thought, guys, that is evil in us. We might think like, that's not a big deal, it's a small matter, I'm not even jealous, I'm just, you know. Somebody comes up to you and say, you know what, I got a promotion. Oh, is it? Congratulations and everything. And then turn, you know what, she's such a dumb lady, she's dumber than me, I just don't know, probably she would have slept with her boss, how come she got this girl? You know, sometimes guys, we are not even aware of it, we would have spoke those kind of things. That is very dumb. We think this world is so permanent and we're gonna make our whole empire to ourselves, so we just behave nasty and we think it's okay. Or sometimes you're so emotional, thinking that it applies for both. I'm saying negative part of it, it can be positive also. Some people are so satisfied in this world. I have come across people who say, you know what, I have good house, I have good career, I have a husband, I have the most beautiful kids, and I'm so done. You know what, I'm so happy cooking for them. But I think every soul should think we should have some seeking. Why are we in this world? Just to eat and sleep and die and boast yourself that we are the best? No. So we should think about it. So this is the form of Mahishan. Either we behave, every single person, even to a very small grade, we would behave egoistically. No, we are so ignorant. Very bottom line is, just imagine, just think about what's your perception towards your life and this world. You will fall into that trap. So this dumbness is so stuck in our mind. So in this Navarathiri, what we are trying to say is, we are begging God to come and kill and destroy this madness, this ignorance from our mind. That is the 3 days. But in the Purana story, we see it 3 days Saraswati fights, 3 days Durga fights, then 3 days Lakshmi fights, and then the evil dies. The evil is within us, so we ask God to help and destroy these bad things from ourselves. Okay, that's about Navratri. So now we're going to jump right into the first day. So Durga comes, 3 days. What shall we ask her? We ask for Anmaviram in Tamil, alright? But I'm going to put it as spiritual bravery or courage. That's how I'm going to translate it. That's the word I want to use. It's we need to understand that we have to gain this trust and courage in us to tell ourselves that every single thing occurring at any moment, at any situation, at any circumstances around me, it only happens because God wanted it to happen. And God is only good thing. He has no partiality. He does not have grudge on you. He only does best things for you. Actions are neutral. Any occurrence are neutral. Based on how you like it and you don't like it. A good example, I'll tell, my mom buys us gift. The buying gift is a neutral act. We no need to even label it as it's a good act or bad act. We can just say it's a neutral action. But depending on how I like the gift and how my brother likes the gift, then the action gets to emotion, whether it would be happy emotion, happy thing for me or sad thing for me. If I really like that object and my brother says I don't like this gift, I'll be very much delightful because that I'm getting that gift. Thus that becomes a happy thing for me. What happens if mom buys a banana and I and my brother, both of us want the same thing, and we start arguing for it because I couldn't let it go? Then that becomes a negative thing. So this is a very small example I'm saying. Any action is neutral, but how, depending on our own likes and dislikes, it becomes total different 2-3 things. Sad thing and good thing, everything like that. So all these things, when whatever is happening, we have to remember it's happening for our good. That is, we are gaining knowledge through experience. So this experience, however tough it could be or however happy it could be, it's all happening because of God, and you're not going to be scared. Now Cursor, an exponent, he in his hymn says that Anjivadu yadondrumille ini anja varuvudumille, let it happen, whatever happens, I'm not going to be scared. Because you know why? The God's Tamar friend I am. In another place, in another hymn, the exponent says that I am the God's person, you know, he's actually guiding me. So I'm not going to be scared or depressed, or I'm not going to end my life by hanging because I'm so depressed. I'm not going to jump from a building because I feel I'm so sad. worst things are happening to me in my life, because whatever is gonna happen, God is the only person gonna guide me. So that's number one. In another exponent, Manika Vasagar, he says that Vendatakadari voini, Venda muludum tarvoini. You know, when we go and pray to God, we ask something. Even before you ask, God already know what to give you, because He is the most intelligent person. He is the most wise person. So He knows, and He says, even I had one. வேண்டும் வேண்டும் பரிசு ஒன்று உண்டு எனில் அதுவும் உந்தன் விருப்பம். You know what, even I have one, I'll let you pick, you can decide for me. That's another situation. Then there's another exponent, Sundarar. I bet you guys know. And then Sundarar, in his hymn, he says, மற்று பற்று எனக்கின்றி நின் பாதமே மனம் பாவித்தேன். I have surrendered to you, you know. I have no other holding place. I have no other place to go and hold on to. Then he says, நான் மறக்கினும் சொல்லும் நான் நமசிவாய். You know what I have done? I have trained my tongue so badly that even I totally forget about you. My tongue is going to say your name as I'm going to chant your mantra, because I trust you that much. And that courage of handling anything, facing any circumstances with this conscious mind, saying that you are only gaining knowledge and God only does good thing to you. This courage, that we're going to plead to God on the first 3 days of Navarathiri. We are asking God, Durga, to come and fight with our ignorance and give us the power, the courage to face anything and everything and gain knowledge out of it. So that's the first 3 days. The second 3 days comes the most favorite goddess, Lakshmi. Most of us, no matter which god we take care of in these 9 days, will definitely buy a new sari and give it to Lakshmi, because we know she's full of cash and all we like is cash about her. But let's look at what is Saivi's perspective of Saivites. Lakshmi, what we should ask is, even Valluvar, who wrote Tirukural, he says that ivvulagathirku porul thevai. This bhumi we must have, in this world we must, which means in this world, in this planet, we must have money, because money can buy so many things, even can help us to discover the truth, the purpose of life and everything. So this time of the year, in these 3 days, what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and audit ourselves, think about the way we are earning, because Saivites, guys, we might look like we don't have strict rules, but we do have. So we're going to think about, are we, whatever earnings we're having, does that like been earned according to the aram, good way, or how is it being earned? We're going to recheck ourselves. If it's all right, then we're going to think about how we could give it away. Not really give it away, how we could spend to gain more knowledge and experience for us to bond with God. That doesn't mean you're going to bring like whole lots of cash and go and give it to a Swamiji. Not that, guys. You could do, you could serve people, because the purpose of life is to learn to love more people. So are you loving? Are you thinking like, I'm going to do charity, but I make sure even my underwear is torn before I give that underwear to somebody else? Are we thinking like, okay, you know what, this dress is like only a little bit torn, so I'm going to give this to my cousin? Or am I going to say, okay fine, I'll give this to some beggar? It is, the gap is very, very slim. You know what I'm saying? Every single time, even you do good or bad, it has its whole guideline to do it. So in these 3 days, we're going to sit and we're going to think and we're going to look back. Are we doing the right thing? And we're going to plan forward for the year to come. How are we going to spend our money on doing good things? So that comes on the next 3 days with Lakshmi. And then the third 3 days are the best. Every student in this planet would be perfectly ready to bribe Saraswati, because they want all A's. Guys, even the ladies do that, because we would think like, you know, Saraswati, please give all A's to my son, or else I will burn this, burn that, and all those things. Saraswati is a very beautiful concept in Saivism perspective in Navarathiri. What we have to ask Saraswati is Anma Arivu, which I'm going to say it as the spiritual knowledge which need to feed the soul. We have to understand that this, no matter how much I try, as a soul, there is a power beyond us, and that's actually putting root for everything. We have no control over our life. This is like the gist we should learn. We should ask Saraswati to implant this kind of knowledge into our mind. We should remind ourselves this so many times, that the souls always have this dependent quality in them. They are easily manipulated. Even I could give you a very simple example. You want to buy this pillow, I say this is very nice, but you're not satisfied, and then I'll start asking my mom, oh, do you think this is nice? My mom will be like, yeah, maybe she says, yeah, it's fine, you go with it. Then I feel like, okay, I should go with it. Then I ask my husband, what do you think about this? And he says like, you know, for this quality it seems very expensive. Then I'll be like, really? Okay, ma, he thinks it's expensive. What's your opinion on this? I just can't make my mind. That is a very typical character of a soul. And then we also like to just follow others. We are always very, very comfy when we are dependent on somebody. So these are all qualities of soul. So in this Anma Arivu, spiritual knowledge, what we should ask God is, please guide me to hold on you, because you are the right anchor. We can depend on anybody, but if the depending thing is very right, our journey will be short. So I want to depend on you. Help me on it. This is what we're going to ask on the third 3 days. When all this you ask for courage to face any circumstances in life. Approach it good. Then the second thing, you want to earn right money, and because we are in this world, the worldly things require money. So we earn right amount of money and we spend it on seeking the truth of life. And then in the third, we ask for proper guidance from God. We ask God to help us to guide us. So we ask all these. So the 10th day becomes a victory, which is God actually was being in a war with our mind and destroy our ignorance. That's how we see Navarathiri in Saivism concept. Even though Saivism was an adopted festival, it goes along with some theories of Siddhanta Saivism. So we pick it up, we do it. One last reminder I want to tell you guys, share with you guys during Navarathiri is, please don't focus on Kolu. Don't go for a Kolu marathon where you have 108 statues and somebody is having only 10 staircases, some people only having 4 stairs. These are not the competition that we want to do on Navarathiri. Or you don't go get a big pot of soil and start planting all these pyrus, nuts and everything. Start growing some plants and say like you are doing something. Or don't go and just roll and dwell between, I'm gonna be vegetarian, I'm gonna be fasting, I'm not even gonna put a drop of water in my mouth. All sort of those things are, there are things much more beyond that. So we should focus on that. At least the new generation should focus on that. That's my reminder. Always discover, find, have seekings for life after this worldly thing happening. So why are we born? Ask yourself. Always have seeking. I hope this video did give you guys some input, and that's all. So take care guys, and bye bye.